All right, breaking news coming in, and quite a shocker coming in from the Women's Panel, the National Commission of Women. The National Commission for Women member Chandramukhi Devi, who was sent to visit Badaun gang rape victims' family, was seen lecturing women on what time they should in fact venture out. She in fact was heard saying that the women should not go out unaccompanied, completely putting the onus of this heinous crime on the victim, who went to a temple, was gang raped, brutally murdered, allegedly by the temple priest and two of his accomplices. The NCW member didn't stop there. She even said if the 50-year-old woman wouldn't have ventured out alone, then this horrific incident would not have happened. I mean, this is absolutely appalling, to say the least, and coming from a member of the National Commission for Women, this becomes even more distasteful. Let's just listen in to what this member of the NCW said.
जितनी जानकारी पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट जो हमने देखी है, उसके माध्यम से जो जानकारी मिली है, बहुत विभत्स घटना है और जो कुछ हुआ वो बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ मैं एक बात और कहना चाहती हूँ कि कहीं भी, मैं बार बार महिलाओं से कहती हूँ कि कभी भी किसी के प्रभाव में महिला को समय असमय नहीं पहुंचना चाहिए। सोचती हूँ कि अगर संध्या के समय में वो महिला नहीं चली गई होती या परिवार का कोई बच्चा साथ में होता तो शायद ऐसी घटना नहीं घटती।
Okay, I'm now being joined by Rajya Sabha MP Priyanka Chaturvedi, who is joining us on the broadcast. Ma'am, thank you for speaking to us. You heard what Chandramukhi Devi, member of the National Commission for Women, was heard saying outside the victim's residence. This woman was brutally raped, gang raped, murdered, and the NCW member was in fact lecturing women not to venture out on their own, and at what time should they be going out.
You know, her words do not surprise me one bit, because this has become the mentality of everybody who's part of the NCW, right from their chairperson to this lady who represents NCW. And it is a shame that in this day and age, we are still being told that when you venture out at a particular time, you're open for gang rape, you're open for brutal death, you're open for injuries in your private parts and rods being inserted into your private parts. I do not even know how these women represent the NCW. It has become an outdated, unwanted body which does nothing for women, but only tries to put them under some kind of barricade in which, and deciding on how they
Ms. Chaturvedi, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm interrupting you here. May I just ask you to stay on? I'm just going across to Ms. Rekha Sharma, the chairperson of the NCW, who is joining us right now. Ma'am, first of all, Chandramukhi Devi is a member of the NCW. What do you make of the statement that she has given outside the victim's residence in Badaun?
See, I don't know on which pretext she said, but I am totally against the statement, what she said. And I'm also not liking how this Priyanka is speaking of that NCW chairperson, and everybody has got the mindset of like this. NCW is always standing for the equality of women, whether at public places or at home. We always say that women have equal right at every public space, whether it is day or night, and to make them safe, it is the responsibility of the society and the state that the places should be safe for her to move around,
yes,
whether it is daytime or night time. This is not NCW's view.
But ma'am, you started your statement by saying that you don't know the context in which this statement by Chandramukhi Devi was made. Ma'am, could there be any paraphrasing or any context to what she has said, that she should have been accompanied by somebody, women should know what time to get out, when to get out? Don't you think that prima facie you should immediately take some action, at least put her on notice?
No, there is no way where you can say if and but on women's rights on movement. There is no ifs and buts. But when I asked her, she said that this is media who is manipulating her statement. So let her also reply me what I have asked her. I have already asked her why she has said this. I want her to give a statement on this. Then only I'll be able to say what she has said. But yes, what I have heard, what
Will a
you are
statement
also
suffice?
playing on.
If you think that we have manipulated, ma'am, if you think that media in any way has manipulated or misrepresented what she has said, may I request you to just stay on with me for a minute? I just want to replay what Chandramukhi Devi said outside the residence of the victim's residence in Badaun. Just listen in, ma'am, and then you can make out whether we are manipulating anything.
जितनी जानकारी पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट जो हमने देखी है उसके माध्यम से जो जानकारी मिली है बहुत विभत्स घटना है और जो कुछ हुआ वो बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। लेकिन इसके साथ ही साथ मैं एक बात और कहना चाहती हूं कि कहीं भी मैं बार बार महिलाओं से कहती हूं कि कभी भी किसी के प्रभाव में महिला को समय असमय नहीं पहुंचना चाहिए। सोचती हूं कि अगर संध्या के समय में वो महिला नहीं चली गई होती या परिवार का कोई बच्चा साथ में होता तो शायद ऐसी घटना नहीं घटती।
You heard what Chandramukhi Devi said. Is there now any room to in fact claim that this has been mishandled, misreported or misrepresented by the media, ma'am?
What I heard is totally absurd. Just now what I heard, it is totally absurd, and I am going to ask her in her explanation on this. It is very, very unfortunate that I have sent the team to look into the matter and this has come out. We are all, especially NCW is all for the total freedom for women at night or daytime, and how can we say this, that women should go with someone else? She is an independent woman who is above 18, who is mature enough to take care of herself. She doesn't need a person to take care of her.
Okay. Ma'am, just stay on with me. Priyanka ji, you heard Rekha Sharma. You were speaking before that. Are you satisfied with the remarks that Rekha Sharma has now made? She's saying that she will ask Chandramukhi Devi to explain what she meant by all these words.
Yes, with all due respect to Rekha ji. Rekha ji said, I do not agree with this woman Priyanka saying things like this. But I beg to differ from what she's saying. A, she has not even once committed that she will take action against Chandramukhi ji. She has heard on record what the lady has said. There are no ifs and buts to the context in which this was spoken. And lastly, I'd just like to say one thing. As far as when I said this right from the NCW chairperson, ma'am, we have been witness to all the kind of tweets you have done against women who have a different political ideology. You may be in that chair right now, and I hope you give due diligence to the chair and the responsibility that comes along with it. But that, unfortunately, has been a reflection of the kind of tweets that you have put out there. It's a reflection about what you feel about women from a different political ideology, and that is a bare truth. But all I'd like to hope and expect, because she is in that chair, that she would respect the dignity and the responsibility that comes with the chair, and she will take action against Chandramukhi ji without any ifs and buts, without even saying, I would want to know in what context she spoke it. We all know the context, we all know what she was trying to convey here.
And we'll be hoping that soon action is taken against Chandramukhi Devi. Let me just see if Rekha Sharma is there, because Priyanka has in fact made some comments as far as Rekha ji is concerned about. Okay, Priyanka, I think what you said somehow Rekha Sharma decided to disconnect the call. Brinda Adige is also joining us, women rights activist. Brinda, I had Rekha Sharma with us. We made her go through this entire statement which has been given by a member of her own team. What would you expect the NCW to do now?
I think as the NCW, and I think also the Minister for Women and Child, must immediately suspend Chandramukhi Devi. All her inquiries and whatever they want to do, they can go ahead and do. There is no need for any verification to be made. Or why did you say something like that? You said what you said because of your sexist mindset. Very simple. That is your ideology. And you still want to blame and place all the onus of that crime of rape and murder on the woman, but not on the priests and the disciples. And that is not simply obnoxious, it is appalling. And responsibility must be taken by the NCW as well as the minister and the Department of Women and Child, because it falls within their purview and realm. Giving this kind of a statement, I will ask her why she said what she said is not acceptable.
Absolutely. There is no context required for this. It's an absurd, appalling mindset that was trying to victim shame, put the onus on the victim for her own safety, completely disregarding the way these men had gone ahead and perpetrated this crime. I have to leave it there. Priyanka Chaturvedi, Brinda Adige, Rekha Sharma, thank you so much for speaking to us here on 6 p.m. Prime.